Hello.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Wulff Den Live, episode 211, the one where my mom will probably call in the middle of the stream and ask me for tech support.
What's her problem?
Nothing. I'm just making fun
I was
of it.
just there. That's it. That's all I got. Are you talking? He's frozen. And he's gone. That was the quickest that's ever happened before. We're going back and forth between different ways.
Which I haven't been...
Oh!
What?
You froze completely and disappeared. So we're going back and forth between different solutions for the webcam. Last week we did Discord. This week we're doing Google Hangouts, and it was all fine until literally just now.
Yeah.
So
weird.
I was just at the house.
Yes.
What happened?
She calls me. Mom calls me like half an hour before I'm scheduled to leave work, asking if we're coming over for dinner, which we haven't done in weeks. And then she proceeds to ask me how I'm doing, how my wife's doing, how's everything going. Like, I'm still at work. I still have actual things to do.
I don't know. That was because I was there.
Yeah.
I think she called when I was there.
And you confused her. I had to remind her that you were just getting the mail.
Wait. Why did she think you were coming there?
I don't know.
Anyway, this is the portion of the podcast right in the beginning, the most crucial watch time hour where we're just going to talk about our mother. We're going to complain. We're going to vent about our mother. Anyway, hello, everybody. Hello, Eric. Hello, Sash McFlass. Hello, Parker. Hello, Jay Mitchell. And hello to, hold on, I saved it. Hello to GG in the chat, who before the stream started said, clickbait, he will talk about the Xbox in 5:23 and stop 6:15. The rest of the time, he will just be panhandling. I guess talking about the Switch Touch Pen, Crash and Smash, Temtem, Cyberpunk being delayed. That's all panhandling?
I guess.
All right, well, anyway. But a special hello to AC, Jose Espinoza, Dark Type, Blanket 6, Maduck, Todd Yates, Jay Matson, JT Mitchell, and HWY61 for being members here on YouTube. I guess that's the panhandling part.
Yeah.
And also, just now, Pokemon Master 13 for the 4 months on Twitch. Subbed for 4 months. Still need to watch Will's new Batman video. So do the rest of you people here in the chat.
Get on that. All of you. It's your homework tonight.
Thank you, Pokemon Master. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about. I just talked about all the stuff we're going to talk about. First thing we're going to talk about.
That I didn't think we had a lot to talk about this week, but apparently we do.
That's the thing.
Felt like a light week.
When it's a light week, when there's not much going on, there's a lot of
everything's going on.
Yes, there's a lot of little things that happen. Yeah. And this week... Oh, wait. Before we say anything, like months ago, somebody suggested that we make a playlist.
Oh, yes.
A music playlist of all of our favorite music. So we finally did that. I only have it as a YouTube playlist right now. I haven't converted it to a Spotify playlist. And that's going to be a little hard because a lot of these songs aren't on Spotify. But it's in the description if you want just some of our favorite music. It alternates Bob Will. So if you want to know who put it in there, I start it and then it goes Will, then me, and then Will, all the way till the end.
I was gonna say I was gonna suggest we don't tell anybody what who picked what and see if they can guess.
Oh well, you know what? Once you get into the weeds, see if you can guess.
Yeah.
And then the key will be you just follow along and see which one's which.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird stuff in here.
Yeah.
It's mostly like rock. A lot of white guy stuff. But
yeah. A lot of white guy stuff.
There's some Japanese stuff thrown in there. There's a lot of metal. I feel like Will was leaning into the metal. Because he thought I was going to put in a lot of metal.
Because I like a wide spectrum of rock music. So I have like your emo with Weezer. I have your garage music with the Hives. I have metal with Unearthed. I have, classic rock with Aerosmith. I have Bouncing Souls for punk. I got a lot in there.
I tried to. I mean, I usually listen to full albums, so basically everything that I put on here, if you like it, the album is just as good.
Yeah.
And
Same.
I put my favorite tracks, not the best track. So it's like if you know the bands, it might not be like your favorite one from the band, but it's mine. Also, I'm sorry, I completely forgot what I was gonna say, and I interrupted you for no reason.
Well, because I was gonna say my mentality was different. Because when I was doing this, because it was a YouTube playlist initially, I tried to pick bands, not necessarily the best song, but the best music video from these bands. To have a visual accompaniment with it.
Oh, I didn't do that.
So that was just my mentality going into it. Certain songs though don't have music videos that I picked.
Yeah.
You'll have to figure that out yourself.
Also, YouTube is not the best if you're like just listening to it on your phone or something, because the volume drastically changes.
Yeah.
So hopefully next week I'll put it into a Spotify playlist.
Mm-hmm.
What else was I gonna say? There's definitely a lot of stuff on here that you've never heard before.
Yeah.
Because even some of Will's stuff I've never heard before. So anyway, now we can talk about finally the Xbox Series X. Has it been 5? Is it exactly what GG said before? Oh no, I deleted his message anyway. He said 526. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, Xbox Series X. Breaking news. I can't believe it. We can see what the back looks like.
Oh my stars and garters.
This is according to Polygon. After several weeks of speculation and reporting, we finally know what the back of the Xbox Series X looks like, thanks to some images posted online. The first images of the Xbox Series X prototype were posted on NeoGAF by user Curry Panda. And, I read this before, and I don't think they cited who it was. But I think they changed it. And appears to show off all of the ports on the back of the upcoming system. The system includes... Let's just look at it. You know what? It was better to just go to the NeoGAF post. Where is he? Curry Panda. Will, what ports does it have on the back?
It has 2 USB-A ports, an optical audio port, an Ethernet port, an HDMI out port, a power port, and a mysterious rectangle port that nobody really knows what it's there for.
Yeah, it looks like a compact flash port.
That's what I thought too at first.
I can't zoom in. It's freaking terrible. Everything's horrible. Yeah, it looks like a freaking compact flash port. But it's too small.
My guess is that's for developers.
Yeah, that's what other people are saying.
Yeah, that's like something for developers to plug in, like an alt external device, maybe like a diagnostics report or like a peripheral tester, if you will. I doubt that's going to be on the final version of the One X.
There's also this mysterious Xbox labeled port. It just has the Xbox logo above it, and it's like an oval. It's like you take a rectangle and in Illustrator and
that's the power port.
Oh.
That's where you plug the AC.
That's very clearly a power port. You were correct.
I don't know why they put the Xbox logo over it, but that's the power port.
Yeah, otherwise it has no power port, so that's definitely the power port. So yeah, Ethernet, 2 regular USB-A ports, and only 1 HDMI.
Yeah, so that's a notable thing because the Xbox One, all models of it have 2 HDMI ports, an in and an out. And that is a holdover from back when the Xbox One was originally going to be this all-in-one entertainment device, so you can plug in your TV to it and it can record television.
Thank God they got rid of that.
I mean...
It's just useless.
For most people, yes. I am surprised that they just flat out said, we're not doing this anymore because all models of the Xbox One have it. Yeah. Not all models have the Connect port, but all models have 2 HDMI ports.
It's just not useful. Like
I know one person who's used it, and otherwise, I don't know anybody who takes advantage of that.
It's just not nobody's using that.
Right.
It's something that it was a good idea, but nobody watches cable TV anymore. How many people in the chat here actually watch cable TV?
How many people
Especially
in the chat?
None of us.
How many people in the chat used both HDMI ports?
True. There's a lot of there's a lot of hair on this picture.
I do know that some people, I mean, I don't know if they still did this, but they definitely did it in the beginning. They would plug like their PS4 into the HDMI in port, so this way they have like, you know, a bypass instead of plugging it into the TV if they ran out of HDMI.
That's true. Some people tried like streaming through the Xbox using that additional HDMI port.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work correctly. Yeah. It also has an optical out. You use that, don't you?
No, I don't.
I don't think many people do.
No, people do.
I think a very small percentage of people would.
It's good for specific audio uses. Like if you have a certain like well, the problem is because most stereo systems and, you know, surround sound systems now, they use HDMI ARC.
Mm-hmm.
So you just do that and it all goes through an HDMI cable, and you can use your TV remote to do volume for everything instead of a separate remote.
But wouldn't you just, if you had this as part of your entertainment system, wouldn't you just have an optical from the TV go to your audio situation?
It's different for every setup. Because I know some people want to have their system plugged directly into the speakers, not go to the TV.
Don't the speakers typically just have one optical situation?
It depends on the speaker setup.
Because it's I think optical is weird. Optical audio coming out of a console, I think, is weird.
I've seen receivers that have like 10 HDMI ports.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it all depends on what your setup is.
It also has this little Kingston.
Yeah, I noticed that
situation. I think
so you can lock it.
I think they all do now. I have the 1X next to me.
Yeah.
It does not have that.
Huh.
Interesting.
Well, that if this is a developer unit, it's probably so they can lock it to their desk so that nobody steals it.
True. That's a good point. Yeah.
And this guy clearly stole it. And
again, this is a developer unit. It says not for sale. Xbox product name placeholder. So I think this stuff could change.
Yeah, no, it definitely could. But what's interesting is, and it was on The Verge, I don't know if it's on here, but there's a serial number on like that barcode.
Yeah, so whoever did this is already caught.
Well, not only that, but The Verge typed it into Microsoft's website to try and find the product, and it registers. It doesn't say Xbox Series X, but it says device found or something.
Oh, interesting.
Let me see if I can find exactly what it says.
The prototype also has a port that is for diagnostic reporting, according to Thurrott's brand Sams, who Thurrott's Brad Sams. I guess Thurrott is a developer or something, who confirmed the image's authenticity. Polygon has also reached out to Microsoft for verification. Oh, Thurrott is like a games media website.
Right.
While the console is, of course, not available for sale yet, prototypes like this are often given to developers ahead of release so they can develop games for the hardware. There's no indication of who exactly posted these images, but the Xbox does have an easily identifiable serial number and product ID, which means that Microsoft should have a good idea of where it came from. The new Xbox console is slated for the holidays this year because this version of the console is likely only a prototype. Everything about it could change before the final release. Update: a Microsoft spokesperson responded to Polygon with the following statement. We're excited to share more. Oh, this is bullshit. We're excited to share more information on the Xbox Series X, which will be our fastest, most powerful console. A bunch of PR nonsense. Yeah, so that's all we know. We got to look at the back. We know what ports it's going to have, or maybe it won't. That weird looking like long one, that could be a Connect port, something similar to that. I thought the freaking power port was a Connect port, but I'm wrong about that. That is
Yeah, no,
clearly a power
it doesn't
port.
look like there's going to be a Connect port on this thing.
I mean, it could be that weird long one, or that could just be a diagnostic thing.
Yeah.
Which a guy from Thurrott said that it's a diagnostic thing. That large rectangle port in the middle is for diagnostic reporting, he says.
Right.
I don't expect that port to be on the final hardware, and as always, these ports could change. And yeah, the big thing on the top right there is for ventilation or something. Were you looking something up?
Yeah, I was looking up what it says when you type in the serial number. And I can't find it, so now I look like a liar.
You are.
Great.
Will was wrong. Look at that.
It happens.
Xavier in the chat says, my sound goes to my TV and then optical to my stereo. I'm with you, Bob. I'm doing the exact same thing. Well, listen, what I do is just HDMI. Whatever happens, happens. I have the worst audio setup in all of my situations. I'm all about convenience. I use these little headphones because I just like in-ears. I have a cheap little mixer, which I need to upgrade because I'm getting like some weird buzzing and stuff out of my mixer. Dad is in the chat, and he's being real annoying.
What else is new?
They were stalking me on the Find Me app, and they think I'm stuck somewhere in like Jamaica or something. I got my phone right here. If I lost my phone, there would be a lot more hell to pay than this, you know?
Yeah.
I'd be tracking down that phone. I wouldn't be here doing this nonsense.
Nope, it would just be the Will Wolf show, everybody.
Yes. He says, Mom's Find My app, aka her stalker app, says your phone is in Manhattan. I didn't even go to Manhattan. No. At all. I didn't go. Wait. No. What? Actually, I did. Earlier today, but that's it. For like a second. Anyway, are we done with this? Is there any more info on this freaking...
No, we're done.
All right. Sorry, GG, but we're going to move on from the Xbox Series X. I know he wanted a 2-hour-long conversation about the back of the Xbox Series X. Oh, no, we're not done with the Xbox Series X. There's another story that I wanted to talk about.
Oh.
This is from, like, a week and a half ago, but we never talked about it. Microsoft says that the Xbox Series X won't have exclusive first-party games at launch.
Oh, no, we did talk about this a little bit.
Did we?
Because I think we did, because I think I mentioned something about how Halo Infinite, they're only going to make one version of Halo Infinite, and you can use it on any Xbox.
Oh, we talked about this during the conversation of all the games coming out this year.
Yes.
But I wanted to talk about it since we're talking about the Xbox Series X, and Eric can lump it all into one clip on Wulff Den Clips.
Okay.
This is like the box quote or the headline. All of our games, sort of like PC, will play up and down that family of devices.
Yeah.
That's what they mean when they say that they don't have exclusive games at launch.
Yes.
Also, a lot of their games are going to also come out for the Xbox One at launch.
Right. Well, it's just, like I said, it's just going to be one version of the game. You can play it on any version of the Xbox One that you have.
Correct.
So when you go buy Halo Infinite, you're just going to buy Halo Infinite. You don't have to look for a specific version of it. You just buy the one disc and put it in your Xbox of choice, and it'll work no matter what.
Let's read The Verge. Microsoft's upcoming next-gen console, the Xbox Series X, will break with tradition, but I don't think it's breaking with... That's the thing. A lot of games that come out at launch will come out for both generations. Well, it'll just be a crappy version on the old generation.
It is breaking with tradition because the next gen of consoles always has at least a handful of exclusive to that generation games.
You're right.
So like the Xbox One launched with Rise, and that wasn't on anything else.
You're right. will break with tradition by not launching with exclusive games only playable on the new hardware. Instead, Microsoft is leaning into its Xbox Play Anywhere strategy and full supporting backwards compatibility moving forward. According to Microsoft Studios head Matt Booty, his name should be Max, who spoke with UK gaming site MCV. Quote, over the next year, 2 years, all of our games, sort of like PC, will play up and down that family of devices. Booty said. I'm glad I put a butt in the title of this. We want to make sure that if someone invests in Xbox between now and Series X, that they feel that they made a good investment and that we're committed to them with content. This does seem to imply that there will be a point at which new first-party Xbox games designed for the Series X won't run on the standard Xbox One, but that would appear to be a ways out after launch. Yes, I would think so. I would agree with that. But yeah, that's just eventually my Xbox One X is going to be obsolete.
Yes.
It's
and
just
probably
how technology
sooner
works.
than that, my One S will be obsolete.
True. This isn't a dramatic departure from what Microsoft has been hinting at for months. The company has said it plans to make all first-party games on Xbox playable on Windows 10 as part of its Xbox Play Anywhere initiative. Blah, blah, blah. I think we know what they're getting at there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is new for this generation, but I don't think it's that crazy of a thing. Like, if you have a PC, a lot of PlayStation has been saying for years that their games are exclusives when sometimes they come out for PC also.
Yeah.
They just kind of like
now because Death Stranding is coming to PC. There's rumored that The Last of Us Part 2 is going to come to PC.
Well, there was games like No Man's Sky was called a PlayStation exclusive, and then they.
All right, I'm talking more
too.
like first party.
Right.
Yeah.
It was a console exclusive on PlayStation. That's how they like hid the messaging.
Yeah.
And plus Microsoft, if you play it on a PC, you play it on Microsoft. So it just makes sense for Microsoft to do that.
But this goes along with their recent strategy of, embracing backwards compatibility, and something that Phil Spencer said a few years ago, that they wanted to make it, if you buy a game for Xbox, you will be able to play it on Xbox no matter what Xbox you have.
Mm-hmm.
So like they started with the 360 games and they added original Xbox games. And now, Series X will of course be backwards compatible with all of that, possibly more. And it'll just keep that trend going throughout the future.
That's going to be their new thing. I think at E3 this year, we're going to see a lot more about their Play Anywhere initiative, where we're going to be playing their games across all devices.
Yeah, because apparently xCloud is picking up, not to use this phrase, but picking up steam, because they're adding a lot more games to the beta testing, including Destiny 2, which was a Stadia exclusive for a while.
Play that? Can I play that?
I think you have to sign up for as a beta tester.
Who's going to let me log into their beta?
I don't know.
I got to try it compared to Stadia. I liked Stadia. I was the only one.
I know you did.
Me and Nintendo were the only ones who liked Stadia.
Yeah, because you were paid off by Google.
Actually, he was, though. I found out later.
Was he really?
Well, he says it in the video. He did a brand deal with Google Stadia. It's not like I'm not like breaking any news here. He legitimately did a brand deal. But I didn't get any money. I straight up just liked it.
Right.
And that's, I found out later, I was like, why does everybody think I was paid off by Google? They didn't pay me anything. It just worked good. And turns out it's because he got legitimately had a brand deal. So that's why everybody thought I got paid too. But I would freaking say it if I did.
No, but apparently the people who have been playing xCloud are saying it is running better than Stadia was. I gotta
try xCloud because I had a great experience with Stadia. So
right.
And I even tried to do it off of my phone with a hotspot to make it crappy.
Yeah.
And it still ran good. So I don't know. It didn't look good. It was running at 480p when I was doing it off my phone, but still, that's amazing. All right, now I'm gonna panhandle to read some donations and super chats.
All right, before you do, real quick, I found what I was looking for.
Oh, okay.
So the person who like took the Xbox. Oh no, sorry. Somebody responded to the person who was posting the picture of the Series X and said that he registered the serial number on Microsoft, and it shows up as the device's name non-specific.
Ooh.
So it recognizes the device, but it doesn't have the name in its database yet. So you know it's legit. So that's like the most confirmation we can get that it's legit.
I wonder if dev kits do that. Like if you look up dev kit, if it says like non-specific or something like that.
Well, I don't know. I think it might just be non-specific because they're not, they haven't entered it because it's so early. They haven't entered it into their database yet.
Right.
But the fact that it's showing up anything at all is like just, I think, more confirmation that this is the real thing.
Okay. I'm reading super chats now.
Yes, now you can read.
Ashton Snap with $5 says, "Hello, Wulff Den peoples. You are now a banana." Crap.
I guess I should start eating bananas.
Oh, that's a thing from that. It's. Oh, what's that thing?
Is it a Naruto thing?
I am a banana.
Rejected?
Yes, the Pop-Tarts guy. John Halstead said with $2 says, "I'm so happy Will knows Unearth."
It's just really that one song from the Aqua Teen Hunger Force soundtrack. It's a very good song.
7 with 70 Czar.
Yes.
Says, "Working late, so actually get to say hi to you guys live for once. Also, Bob, my mom said to tell you you're cute. Thanks, Mom. And that she especially enjoys the way you say Mario. Thanks, Seven's mom. How you doing?"
Single.
T625. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. And also our dad in the chat. Can we expect... no, shut up with that. Ask your subscribers and loyal viewers if hashtag Wulff Den Dad should start a YouTube channel. Hashtag Wulff Den Dad. He hashtags it twice. If he starts a YouTube channel, I think he should do financial advice for retirees and vacation situations for retirees.
I think he should try and live stream modern games.
I also think he should run for an office for real, but he doesn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think the chat is receptive to Wulff Den Dad starting a YouTube channel. He could also do a political show, but I don't think any of you people would like that.
Yeah, no.
My spoon is too big. That's what Randy Bear says in the chat.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. My spoon is too big. I do voices. Can't you tell? All right, next. Nintendo's got a touchpad attachment coming to the Switch, according to a friggin' patent filing, which usually doesn't mean anything.
Right.
According to Nintendo Life, new Nintendo patent shows touch pen attachment for Switch Joy-Con. It looks like the little what do you call that? Little wrist strap attachment.
Yeah. Does that have a name?
Wrist strap attachment.
Okay.
With the little L2 and R2 buttons, ZL and ZR buttons. They just looks like they glued haptic touch like stylus on the top.
Yeah.
Anyway, it says a newly published patent has been discovered, which shows a quote touch pen attachment for the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con. As spotted by Silicon Era, the patent reveals that what especially appears to be a new design for the already existing Joy-Con strap, this time with an added stylus-like nib sticking out of the top. As you can see, the rest of the Joy-Con strap looks identical to those already available for the system and could have the ability to slide onto the Joy-Con itself as usual. The patent goes on to reveal some potential uses for the device, and this is where things get really interesting. Examples include an idea where the Joy-Con would be able to use HD rumble to vibrate in response to certain portions of the screen being touched. And another which shows how the controller's buttons can be used at the same time to affect the function of the stylus itself. So, like, maybe if you're drawing, you can, like, change colors and stuff.
Or, like, the thickness of the pen. Yeah.
Ooh, yes. Interestingly, this would suggest that you'd be able to use both the touchscreen and input buttons at the same time with the same hand. Something not yet possible with the console? Oh, yeah, because, well, yeah, that just makes sense. Unless you have, like, your index finger sticking out. Vibrates in response to objects being touched. It has a little picture of like them pressing boxes.
Yeah.
And one of the boxes is opened, and I guess it vibrates when it opens. There's another patent picture. Inputs path with no button input. Path is displayed in thin line. Oh, just exactly what you said. You press the, what is that, the X button, and then path is displayed in a thick line.
Yeah.
The patent was first published on the 16th of January, but was filed back in June of last year. First published on the 16th of January, but was filed in June of last year. So Nintendo had this idea in mind before the release of the recent standalone stylus. It's worth pointing out that a patent is just that, however. While it would be cool to see this product hit the market one day, it's not guaranteed, and it may well never be seen or spoken of again. Time will tell. Oh yeah, so they made the stylus. It's still not available in America though,
for some reason.
Their
solution is to create this stupid attachment instead of just releasing a pen.
Well, I think this is on top of the pen. You know?
Yeah.
I think that this is something to do with brain age. Or brain training, I'm sorry.
Well, if it was, they would have released it in Japan.
I think that this was an idea for brain training that they just never followed through with, and they were just like, well, we might as well make the patent anyway. Or an idea that spun from brain training.
Right.
Because that's a game where you use the Joy-Con and you use a stylus. And then you do things, I guess, similarly to this one thing where you're opening the boxes.
Yeah.
But if this thing ever does come out, slim chance it's coming to America. Because the stylus for Mario Maker didn't come to America. And the stylus they have now didn't come to America. And Dr. Kiwashima's brain training did not come to America. So, fat chance that we here in the States will ever see this thing.
When I first saw this, I thought it was just a stylus holder. You take the stylus out, but I'm surprised that it's actually just a stylus that you attach to the Joy-Con.
Yeah, that would be smarter. I guess the inside of the little Joy-Con strap needs to.
It would need to be bigger.
Yeah. There's some stuff in there.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the rest of the patent filings now. Yeah, it looks like the Joy-Con are normal. Yeah. There's nothing different about the Joy-Con.
Yeah.
But this is just one of those freaking wrist strap things, just with a nib glued on the top. It looks exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Movable. What is movable? I don't know what that is. I'm just looking through the patent filing now. Yeah, it looks exactly the same. They show the inside. And yeah, it's literally just a nib that is just sticking out the top. There's nothing that goes inside of the device. Yeah, everything else is exactly the same. So yeah, maybe there's something coming out that could use this. I think it's just one of those things where like, here's an idea. Okay, might as well file it.
Yeah.
Ryan says, oh, wow, this combination can actually add a ton of substance to the, quote, HD rumble, literally imitating real-life texture. That's neat. That's true. I always forget how, like, incredibly detailed the HD rumble is.
Yeah.
Because nobody uses it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, when you get a game or something that uses the HD rumble, you're like, wow, that's crazy. That feels like real life.
Yeah.
but nothing uses it. It's hard to develop for, I'd imagine.
I can't even remember the last time a game used it.
Have you ever felt it?
I feel like the only game that came close was Mario Odyssey.
You gotta feel 1-2 switch.
Yeah, that I know, like, apparently is, like, really good.
That's the only thing I can think of that uses it to its full ability. I don't know if anybody knows any other games, let me know. But 1-2 switch, it's got the little balls rolling around, and you got to guess how many balls are in the box, and the box is the Joy-Con.
Yeah.
So you literally just hold the Joy-Con, you roll it in your hand, and the balls move around. It feels like balls are moving around inside the Joy-Con, but there's no balls. It's just the HD rumble. And there's also like you like they showed in the trailer for 1-2 switch. You like that was the trailer for the Switch.
Yeah.
He's like clinking around a glass with ice in it.
Yeah.
It legit feels amazing.
Yeah.
Angel in the chat says Picto Chat 2020.
There you go.
There you go. That's the little DS situation.
On a similar note, I was playing Jedi Fallen Order over the weekend, and I forget that there are rumble in the Xbox One controller triggers.
Yes.
And that game uses it a lot.
That's really cool for racing games.
Yeah.
Because then you can get like force feedback when you're like hitting the brake and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Rai 2 Real in the chat says Mario Party uses it. I do think I remember that. And Zelda uses it, but Zelda doesn't use it.
Yeah, I don't think... I mean, I feel like it would use it a lot, but I don't remember it feeling it all that much.
Transfiguration says HD Rumble is lame. It's expensive tech that jacks up the price of the controllers, and it's not used. I think that it's one of those weird things that you're correct. It jacks up the price, and not a lot of people use it. Yeah. But it is cool to have when people use it. Not enough people are using it. I think
the third party controllers that have rumble just have a basic rumble. They don't do anything.
Yeah. They could make Joy-Con that don't have it that are cheaper. Maybe that'd be cool. Maybe lose some features like that, like NFC.
One doesn't have it.
Yeah, the Hori Pad, the D-pad one doesn't. That barely has anything in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Nintendo should just make cheaper Joy-Con.
Yeah,
because the Joy-Con are insanely expensive for no reason. Like people barely use any of the stuff that's in it. Okay. And that's that. We're getting a freaking... We might get a wrist strap that has stylus. Hey, maybe then I'll use the wrist strap. I don't even know where mine are. They're just in a drawer somewhere. Next up. Oh, did I say T625? Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub.
You did now.
Thank you. Will Crash Bandicoot's coming to Smash and we have definitive proof?
Okay.
Not really. Yeah. But anyway, Crash Bandicoot, this is a rumor, is coming as the sixth fighter. The sixth DLC fighter, according to the guy who leaked Byleth coming to Smash. Oh, we should also talk about Byleth in Smash, because that happened the day after Wulff Den Live last week.
Yes.
Anyway,
I already forgot about it.
The rumors are already starting to circulate around Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's next DLC fighters. Do they ever stop? Says Nintendo Live. And this time, Crash Bandicoot is the talk of the town. This supported leak comes... Why is it quoted? Comes from a Twitter user going by the name Mandy Cannot, a seemingly new face in the ever-growing rumor scene who first posted on the platform in October last year. Back then, they correctly suggested that Byleth would be the game's fifth DLC fighter ahead of time, before noting that Crash would be fighter number 6 in another message on the very same day. What? This is some conspiracy level nonsense. Combining the accuracy of the first post and perhaps the confidence of the second has now caused fans and several news outlets to take notice. On the 20th of January, just a couple of days ago, Mandy Cannot said that they still believe Crash Bandicoot to be the sixth fighter, noting that they won't be sharing any more on the topic until the character is officially unveiled. Now, as always, we urge you to take this information with a pinch of salt. For all we know, accurately predicting Byleth could have just been a lucky guess. Incidentally, we did mention the possibility of Crash being the next fighter pass in a recent video. I don't believe this.
You got to remember that Activision owns Crash Bandicoot, and they've been very weird with the license.
Yes.
Like, it's a miracle we got the Insane trilogy, and I think that's only because Sony got involved.
Yes.
Yeah, because otherwise, like, Crash didn't show up in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, which would have made more sense.
That would have made a lot of that. He needs to be in that.
Yeah. And I think that's why a lot of people didn't buy that game.
Because it's a joke without him. Was Spyro in it?
No. Which is also owned by Activision.
Then it's a joke.
Neither one of those games were on the PlayStation Classic. Again, I think people didn't buy that because Crash and Spyro weren't on it.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
I don't know. I don't think Activision is gonna allow it. I think unless Nintendo forks over an obscene amount of money, it's not going to be worth it for them.
So Mandy cannot. Their first tweet was Byleth is the fifth fighter. Is Fighter 5 in the first Challenger Pack? That was their first
tweet ever.
First tweet ever, and it was in October of last year.
Wow.
And then the same day, Crash comes directly after the first Challenger Pack. Wink face. Sorry, it wasn't on screen. Now it's on screen. I think that they know. Well, actually, I think Sakurai said he knows. They already know what the next 5 fighters are going to be. They're already laid out. I don't know if the order is laid out, though. They could move Crash to the second fighter.
Yeah.
Verge says Fighter 5 isn't one character is the easiest thing to say. Well, it's
technically because
it's a male and female version. That's still one person though. So I think that this person probably made a bunch of accounts and just said random characters, and one of them happens to be right. That's what I think.
I mean, that's a hell of a guess, because who was thinking Byleth from Fire Emblem?
I'll tell you exactly who will.
Sakurai?
No, the Japanese most wanted Smash Brothers characters.
Really?
So a long time ago, there was a list of the most requested characters in Smash Brothers.
Uh-huh.
This list was compiled based on the top replies to Smash Brothers tweets on the Nintendo account. The Nintendo Japanese Twitter account, the Nintendo America Twitter account, and the Nintendo UK Twitter accounts. So Nintendo Japan, number 5 most requested was Byleth. The problem with this list is that it includes memes because it's people like joking.
Yeah.
Like when Nintendo tweets out like, "Oh, we have an announcement for the 5th fighter." People come in and then they say, "Oh, I hope it's freaking Goku," and then that would count towards the list.
Yeah.
So in Japan, we have Lloyd from what? Do you know what he's from?
I have no idea.
You look that up.
All
Number
right.
2, Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Number 3, Dante. Number 4, Monster Hunter, just a random one, which I had a lot of money that one of the 5 fighters was going to be a Monster Hunter character, and that hasn't happened yet. Number 5 is Byleth. This is all most requested in Japan. Number 6, Arle Nadja. You're going to have to look that one up, too.
Give me a second.
Number 7, Gundam. Number 8, Raiden. Number 9, Sephiroth. And number 10 is 2B.
Lloyd is Lloyd Irving from Tales of Symphonia.
Oh, interesting.
And who's the other one?
Arle Nadja. Anyway, top 3 most requested in America is Sora, Crash, and Shantae. And in the UK, it's Sora, Steve, and Crash.
So Arley is from is the main protagonist from the early Puyo Puyo games.
Oh, that now she looks familiar.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Sora is number 1 in 2 regions and number 2 in Japan.
Correct.
Why wasn't it Sora?
Why wasn't the Fighter Pass Sora, or why wasn't the guest Sora?
Why all of it?
I think Sora is a good bet.
Yeah.
I think Sora is if you're gonna bet on one, Sora is one to bet on.
Yeah. I mean, maybe because Kingdom Hearts has never appeared on a Nintendo. Well, that's not true because all the Game Boy games.
I think this person probably has an account, a Twitter account somewhere that says Sora on it.
Yeah.
Somebody who's better at doing like little searches across Twitter should take the syntax of this tweet and just replace Byleth with anybody else on this list and see if you can find a match. But yeah, so I don't know if I buy this. I think it's interesting that Crash Bandicoot is not on the Japanese list at all. Japan is not requesting Crash.
Well, I don't know if Crash was ever a hit in Japan.
Yeah, I want to know if because that's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it was made by Naughty Dog is American, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so they made it.
Yeah.
That might be why it never worked as a mascot for Sony.
Well, it worked in America. People still think Crash Bandicoot is the mascot for Sony.
They think it is, but it never really officially was.
Right.
It was always just it was kind of the face, but Sony kind of didn't want it that way.
Yeah.
It was weird. We always saw it as the face, but there was some weird behind the scenes where they were kind of hands off. They were we don't need a mascot.
Yeah.
I think Sony tried to have a mascot in the very beginning, and then,
it was Mr. Polygon, who is the boss of PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
Yes. I don't know what their deal was. They should have just freaking made it Crash, and then they sold to Activision and ruined everything.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's where I think this freaking guy guessed Byleth.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about Byleth.
Well, before we do, on this topic, this came out today, and I didn't put in the keep because I didn't know we were going to talk about Smash. But Metro, the website Metro, interviewed id Software's Marty Stratton about Doomslayer coming to Smash.
Yes.
And let me just read what they said. Metro said, "What about rumors of Doomslayer being in Smash Brothers? Do you think it could ever happen?" Stratton says, "I don't know. We've asked them." And then he elaborates, "I don't even know who talked to who, but we've bantered with them. We have a great relationship with them through bringing Doom 2016 to Switch and all that kind of stuff. So we have great people over there, but it's one of those things where it's wouldn't it be cool? But it's never gone anywhere serious, so we'll see." So
I think that's confirmation that it's definitely not happening.
Probably. I mean, it sounds like it didn't go anywhere besides them literally just saying, "Hey, wouldn't it be cool if Doomslayer was in Smash?" Ha ha ha! Oh, that's funny. You can't have him chainsawing Mario. That's ridiculous.
They already know what the next 5 fighters are going to be.
Yeah,
or 6. I think there's 6 in the next 5.
6, yeah.
Well, I think they already no. Yeah, I think Sakurai said they already know what the next fighters are going to be. So that includes the 6th one, whatever. I think they already figured it out. I don't think that. I think that means if he doesn't know, if he's been joking around about Doomslayer, that means Doomslayer is not it.
Unless this is to throw us off the scent and Doomslayer is coming to Switch.
That's also possible. That is also possible.
Because I feel like of all the M-rated Western characters who could be in this game, Doomslayer has the highest potential to be in the game.
You're right. He is the 6th most requested in the US and the 5th in the UK.
He's the most iconic. He's been around the longest. He's on the Switch, and he came on the Switch in a big way. So it makes sense. probably won't happen, but we'll probably see Dante in Smash sooner than we will Doomslayer.
Yeah, I think Dante makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Dante was not requested. He's not one of the top 10 in the US or the UK, which I think is interesting. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
According to that chart, the day before the announcement, all of a sudden everybody wanted Dante.
Well, I'm lying. He's number 9 in the UK. He's not on the US one at all.
Right.
Another thing that somebody brought up was that Gino isn't on the American. He's not on the Japanese list. He's on the American list.
Yeah.
And they brought up that I think Super Mario RPG didn't even come out in the UK, but he's number 6. You got to look that up for me, because I'm just going by what a random person on Twitter said. But Gino's only on the American list because of the memes. One person years ago was like, Gino for Smash, and then everybody just piled on. I was like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I love Super Mario RPG. This random
It was not
great.
Released in Europe.
So the UK has it on their list just because they're English speaking and get the memes.
Huh.
So that's why this list, you got to take it with a little bit, a little bit of grain of salt. What is weird is that Rayman is on the UK list and he's not on the American one at all.
It didn't come. Super Mario RPG did not come to Europe until August 22nd, 2008 on the Wii Virtual Console.
That's crazy. That is very interesting.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about Byleth. Can we talk about Byleth now?
Yes, we can talk about Byleth now.
Byleth and Smash.
What first? I'm kidding.
Okay. I definitely did not want another Fire Emblem character. But that's what we got. I think it was a very poor choice for the 5th DLC fighter. It should have been maybe the 4th one.
Yeah.
Save Banjo for the last one. Save somebody who's like a ace in the hole.
Yeah, like if it's the last one, it's supposed to be like the big one.
Yeah.
Like Banjo would have been better. Joker would have been better.
Yeah. So I'm not happy that's a Fire Emblem character. However, I think he looks like a really good character. I'm happy. Yeah. I'm excited to play him or her. I've been playing a decent amount of Roy, and I like him. Mm-hmm. So if he plays anything like Roy, I will be happy. If he plays, I saw some people like trying to break down the character. They say he's slow and his moves are like slow but really powerful. I don't know if I buy that. I think you have to actually play him. Yeah. They're saying he's like heavy. I feel like I gotta play him in order to feel it out, Mm-hmm. I only play Captain Falcon. I think Roy plays very similarly to Captain Falcon, and that's why I like Roy. So I'm only gonna be able to play Byleth if he's anything like those two. And if he's nothing, if he's not the same sort of speed, then I'm out. So I'm excited to try it out. I'm not happy that it's a Fire Emblem character, but I'm excited to try it out. His moves seem really cool. He's got like they show it in the trailer. He's got this super powerful Falcon Punch type move.
Yeah.
That beats out a Falcon Punch. And they show it in the trailer beating out a Falcon Punch. And I'm like, you're just making Captain Falcon worse now.
Yeah.
You're showing how he's obsolete. But no, I'm excited to try it out. And he's got a ranged weapon. He's got a freaking bow. So if I can use him at all, that would be great, because I don't have any ranged characters in my toolkit.
Yeah.
AJ already says, yeah, I think Byleth is mid-tier. He's already putting him in a tier list. Also, there are more Mario characters than there are Fire Emblem characters.
Yeah, I think you tweeted that out, and that surprised me.
Yeah,
because you hear so much about the Fire Emblem characters, and it's a lot of Fire Emblem characters, especially for a series that doesn't have as big of a presence here as it does in Japan.
So somebody tweeted back to me and said, well, Yoshi doesn't count because he's part of his own game, and Wario doesn't count because he's also part of his own game. And then I double checked, and I was like, oh my god, you're right, but that's not how I counted. So that's two other characters that are part of the Mario thing that technically aren't. So if you go to the Smash Brothers website and look at the roster,
Yeah.
Smash Brothers website is gorgeous, by the way. They have a really nice laid out website, and you can look at their roster there. And if you click on any of the Mario characters, like for example Piranha Plant, they'll tell you the ones from the Super Mario series. You got Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Bowser, Dr. Mario, Rosalina and Luma, Bowser Jr., and Piranha Plant. So Yoshi and Wario aren't even part of the Super Mario Brothers series, but they should be.
Yeah, because they both debuted in Mario games.
For Fire Emblem, there's only 8, whereas there's technically 9 in Mario, but also technically 11.
Mm-hmm.
Fire Emblem, you got Marth, Lucina, Roy, Chrom, Ike, Robin, Corrin, and Byleth. And I think there's just as many Pokemon. You got Pikachu, Jigglypuff, Pichu, Mewtwo, Pokemon Trainer, which is 3 characters in one, Lucario, Greninja, and Incineroar. I think the only problem, the reason people are mad that there's so many Fire Emblem characters is that a lot of them play the same.
Yeah, because they're all sword characters.
They're all sword fighters, and a lot of them are like clones of each other with like slight tweaks. They're all humanoid.
Yeah.
And they released one as the 5th DLC in a fighter pass, which should have been reserved for like an ace in the hole.
Yeah.
But unfortunately it wasn't, and now it looks super underwhelming. So that's my thoughts on Byleth and Smash, in case anybody ever wanted to know. I know nobody asked, but here I am talking about it.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah, you barely play any Smash.
Well, I am surprised that they went with another Fire. I thought they were running out of Fire Emblem characters, honestly. I didn't know there were that many named Fire Emblem characters. It would have been cool for it to be somebody else. But we're getting 6 more characters anyway, so as long as they're not all Fire Emblem characters.
I think that the 5th fighter was originally somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, oh, we're going to do 6 more, so let's just throw Byleth out there now.
Yeah.
Save the ace in the hole for the first one of the next fighter pass. Anyway. Somebody in the chat, Little Link Rocks, says, do you guys still do #Wulff Den Live on Twitter? Yes, but the cutoff is in 2 minutes. I think Fred pulls them for us. And I think he stops doing it around 9 o'clock, and you got 2 minutes to make that cutoff. So #Wulff Den Live with your questions or comments. And we only read a couple now because we get a lot of them.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate. Anyway, that's it for Smash.
Yes.
We got a lot more to talk about.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about Temtem.
Okay, so we won't.
No, we are, though.
Why?
So Temtem is the Pokemon knockoff that is an MMO.
Yes.
And it has become insanely popular for some reason.
Because it's a Pokemon knockoff that's also an MMO. The game everybody wants Nintendo to make, but we know they're not going to make it.
So I think that it's only popular because everybody hates Pokemon right now.
Right.
Everybody's mad at the Pokemon company for the Dex controversy and some other dumb stuff about Pokemon Sword and Shield. I think that had everybody been happy with Pokemon Sword and Shield, everybody would write this off as a knockoff game. Like one of those cheap mobile games that tries to knock off Pokemon.
Yeah.
But I think they lucked out. And because of the whole Dex controversy, their people are ready to jump ship and will attach themselves to this. But anyway, according to Polygon, Pokemon-inspired MMO Temtem has popular but shaky launch. Pokemon fans have long asserted that a massively multiplayer take on the franchise would basically print money. With monster collecting game Temtem's release on Tuesday, it seems that the concept as a whole is a winner. Unfortunately, however, the cheery MMO can't seem to handle the attention. Day one was plagued with issues for Temtem. I tried logging on multiple times yesterday to no avail. I couldn't even connect to the servers. Once I actually got in, queue lines were long, and once that wait was over, I loaded into an extremely laggy world, only to be kicked back out after about 10 minutes. I guess this was on launch.
Mm-hmm.
This morning, the queue was significantly better, and I got in after a few minutes, but I still lost connection to the server fairly quickly. I haven't been able to get my starter Tem yet, though I did make a very cute protagonist. The developer, Crema, has been hard at work trying to resolve all the issues players are facing. Could you look up Crema and see what else they've done? With multiple builds going live since launch, Crema has been communicative about all of this via Twitter, to the degree that if you read the developer's timeline, you get an eye-popping number of updates regarding what is being fixed. Sometimes these communications read comically as fixes to the fixes are set live, rolled back, and then smoothed over anew.
I'm getting lists for everything that isn't a developer company for Crema.
Well, I mean, look up who developed Temtem.
I'm trying, but I'm getting Crema is a dairy product in Mexico, or Crema is a thin layer of foam at the top of a cup of espresso.
I mean, we'll settle for a recipe if you want.
Hold on.
Anyway, Play Temtem tweeted, we're restarting the server, but we've detected an issue in the hotfix. Hotfix for the hotfix coming soon. They also tweeted, we also ordered some food so the dev team has their mind focused on the hotfix and not on being hungry. That's a little too much information. We wanted burritos, but the place was closed. That's a tweet that they said. I'm going to like that tweet. That's a good tweet. I like these guys all of a sudden. I'm coming back around on Temtem.
Okay, I'm on their website. Oh, they made Immortal Redneck, which I have.
Oh.
I think they sent us a code for it.
Is that the last game they made?
Yeah. I played a little bit about that. It's too fast.
Too fast?
Your character moves too quickly. You know, it's like one of those old school FPSs.
It's supposed to be like Serious Sam, I think.
Yeah. And it's very much like Serious Sam. And Serious Sam moves very fast, but that's okay on a computer, not on two Joy-Cons. How
does it feel? Like, is it polished? Does it feel like it's well made?
It's been a while since I played it. I think it was
did your brain say shovelware when you played it?
No, it didn't feel like shovelware.
Okay, that's good.
No, it didn't feel like shovelware. It probably could have used a little bit more development time or patching, but it wasn't broken.
Okay.
They also made Drift Punk, Mobs Ferratu, and that's it.
On January 22nd, Temtem tweeted, okay, we should go to sleep now. Game is mostly stable. We will be pushing fixes later in the day. Where are they from, by the way?
Spain, Madrid, Spain.
Oh, okay. Thank you all so much for bearing with us. Love you to the moon and back. Does it also say in your little thing how many people work there, or like how big the company is? Because I'd imagine this is a very small
I actually just
developer.
clicked on their About section.
If you want to help us and you have time, don't forget to post a review on Steam. Also, what consoles is this game for? I know it's on PC, so it's for Steam. I thought it was for PlayStation and Xbox. Is it only on Steam? It might only be on Steam.
For what?
PlayTemtem.com.
Oh, Temtem?
Yeah.
Let me check. There are 19 people who are on the Abouts page on the Crema website.
So I'd imagine they're a pretty small company.
Yeah. Temtem is currently only on PC.
Okay.
Through Steam. Immortal Redneck is on Steam, Switch, PS4, Xbox One, Humble, and GOG.com.
So, all right, so it's only on PC.
Yeah.
That's another reason I'm not going to be playing it. I hate playing games on PC. Unless I have to. And I feel like I don't have to. Temtem, to me, like, I like Pokemon because of the Pokemon.
Right.
You know, they're amazing character designs, even though, like, you know, one of them is a literal pile of garbage. Like, we can make memes about the ones that are bad, but there's so many, and a majority of them are really good.
Yes.
The world is really good. It just makes me want to be there, you know? The gameplay isn't anything, like, insanely revolutionary. It's just a turn-based game. But the world is really cool. It's fun being in the... Like, it makes the battles fun because of the Dynamaxing. The end game in Sword and Shield gets really epic, and it's really cool. That's why I like Pokemon. It's because of the smoke and mirrors that are put on top of the game. It's not necessarily the mechanics. It's the way the game looks and feels. Yeah. Temtem doesn't look like that. It looks like a knockoff of Pokemon. So why wouldn't I just play Pokemon? You know? That's my feeling on Temtem, is that I like Pokemon because of the Pokemon, and this is Pokemon without the Pokemon. So, and then there was another article here that says this Pokemon-inspired MMO should be a full-fledged anime, and I want to know where they're getting this thought from. Did my screen freeze? Okay, it's freaking out. Today, monster collecting MMO Temtem, this is also from Polygon, is out in early access, and to celebrate, the developers have released footage of the anime intro that greets players at the start of the game. It's fantastic. I could solely see this being a show. I have not seen this. I guess I should watch this. Oh, it's just a 1 minute long like intro of the game world.
Oh, so it was probably just such a good introduction that the writer of this article thinks that Temtem should get their own anime series.
That's what it is. I bet you the music is good, but I'm not going to play it.
Yeah, because we got in trouble last week, thanks, Bandai.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to start the stream by saying this stream is not sponsored. It has been acquired by Bandai. Bandai owns what do they call that? A hostile takeover?
Yeah.
They've done a hostile takeover of this podcast because they struck our last week's video for just playing the trailer. Yeah. So technically Temtem could do that now because I'm playing their entire trailer. I guess I should stop that. Anyway, that looks cool. It's still not going to make me want to play it. Also, I played Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and you know what? It's awesome.
Really?
Yeah, I really like it. I think I'm going to play more of it.
Nice.
That's why I have it right here. I haven't taken down my Xbox yet, because nice. I'm actually enjoying Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. You know why? Because I watched a little of the anime back in the day, and this is, like, around when I was watching it.
Yeah,
like,
isn't it, like, pretty much the Frieza through the Cell Saga, and then, like, whatever the hell comes after that?
I only watched the Frieza and the Cell Saga, and I don't even think I finished the Cell Saga.
No, because freaking Goku fights Cell, and then Gohan fights Cell, and then Goku fights Cell again and kills Cell, but then Cell still comes back. And it's like 20 episodes in the same pit.
So this is Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and I'm pretty sure it covers all of Dragon Ball Z. I don't know how far into Dragon Ball Z it goes, but it starts, I think, where Dragon Ball Z starts. So, right in the beginning, I'm playing stuff that I've only heard of, right, and maybe seen 1 or 2 episodes of. Like Vegeta's not there. The first Saiyan comes down. Goku just figures out he's a Saiyan. He just figures out he's Superman. So this is the beginning of the Dragon Ball Z series. So it's really cool to play that because I've never watched that early on into the series. And then when I get to the Frieza and Cell stuff, I feel like I'll enjoy that because I'll remember that. So I think it's worth playing. It's a fun little game.
Nice.
Anyway, we were talking about Temtem. I'm crapping all over Temtem because it's just a Pokemon knockoff. And everybody wants it because they don't like Pokemon right now. If you've always wanted Pokemon to be an MMO and you're cool with if you're cool with playing a game that is not Pokemon because you just enjoy the mechanics of Pokemon, Go nuts. I'm sure you'll have a really good time because everybody's saying it's a great game.
Yeah, it's got good Steam reviews. It looks like it is going to come to Switch, PS4, and Xbox One.
I'll try it out when it comes to Switch. But I'm having a lot of fun in Pokemon.
Yeah.
And Pokemon has freaking the wild area with raid battles, and that feels like an MMO. So I'm getting my fix already, you know? But I'll give Temtem a try when it comes out. I like the developer now. They seem like they're tugging at my heartstrings. They like burritos too. They're just like us.
Yeah.
All right. What else do we got? We'll plow through some more.
Plow through this real quick.
Oh, you did this. You put this here.
So on, when was it? Thursday, the day after last week's Wulff Den Live, CD Projekt Red announced that they were unfortunately delaying Cyberpunk 2077. The new launch date is now September 17th, 2020. They posted a update on their Twitter account. We have important news regarding Cyberpunk 2077's release date we'd like to share with you. Cyberpunk won't make its April release window, and we're moving the launch date to September 17, 2020. We are currently at a stage where the game is complete and playable, but there is still work to be done. Night City is massive, full of stories, content, and places to visit, but due to the sheer scale and complexity of it all, we need more time to finish playtesting, fixing, and polishing. We want Cyberpunk 2077 to be our crowning achievement for this generation, and postponing launch will give us the precious months we need to make the game perfect. Expect more regular updates on progress as we get closer to the new release date. We're looking forward to seeing you in Night City. Thank you for your ongoing support.
That was the same day something else got delayed. Final Fantasy 7?
Avengers. It's the same release window as Avengers now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it was like within that week, because I think we talked about upcoming games last week, right?
Yeah, but we already knew Avengers was delayed.
We knew Avengers and Final Fantasy, and then like a few days later after the show.
Oh, because yeah, it was originally coming out the week after Final Fantasy.
Yes,
and then it got pushed back to where Avengers got pushed back.
Around then, yeah.
Okay, this is good news because March was packed.
Yeah.
And that's when it was coming out, right? Am I making that up?
April. It's coming out in April.
Oh, okay.
It was coming out around my birthday. Now it's coming out around your birthday.
Okay, that's fine.
I know there was talks that one of the reasons why it got pushed was because it wasn't running very well on Xbox One or PS4. Mm-hmm. So now there's rumor that it might be a next-gen game. I don't necessarily think that's true because Cory Balrog, who works at Sony, said this. Most games, before they get released, do not run well on the system they're being developed for. So this is probably still going to be a PS4, Xbox One title. They need that extra time to make sure it runs properly on it. Like they said in their announcement, the game is done, but it's probably like crashing and slow and jittery.
So I always thought this was going to be a next-gen title.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting now it's going to come out very closely to the next-gen consoles. I don't think it's going to be a next-gen release, but it's like that's such a weird time to release a big budget game like this.
Yeah.
So close to the new consoles.
Well, I mean,
on a previous gen console.
It's probably, meant to be CD Projekt Red's last big game for this current generation.
Right.
But also, too, as we just talked about, Series X is going to work with all Xbox One games. And from what we know, PS5 is going to be backwards compatible with PS4. So it doesn't really matter. You can still get this game and enjoy it on your new system. And if anything, it'll probably run better on the new system.
Yeah, so... And it's not like... I mean, they're already going to need like high-resolution texture packs for the Xbox One X and the PlayStation 4 Pro.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're playing it on your PS5 or your Xbox One or your Xbox Series X, it'll play just like the Pro versions. And I feel like that's probably going to be enough for most people. The game's going to be beautiful no matter what.
Yeah.
It's a freaking CD Projekt Red game. We know it's going to be at least good.
Yeah.
At the bare minimum, it's going to be good.
Yes. So there's the news of the delay, and it was thought that, okay, they're going to delay the game. At least this means they'll have time to work on it, and they won't have to go through crunch. However, in a call with investors on Thursday, CD Projekt Red's chief executive admitted that development crunch will still be necessary as CD Projekt Red brings this project to term. Adam Kaczynski, the chief executive, answered an investor saying, "Is the development team required to put in crunch hours? To some degree, yes, to be honest." Kaczynski went on to say that we try to limit crunch as much as possible, but it is the final stage. We try to be reasonable in this regard, but yes, unfortunately. It somewhat fades the idea that this is another 5 months to polish up an otherwise finished game, and instead means the developer needs 5 extra months of full-on development to deliver something worth a launch. What CD Projekt Red has on hand now is playable the whole game, Kaczynski said, adding that it's been like that for a couple of months. Still, asked to describe what the trouble was causing the delay, he attributed to technical bug fixing and polishing. That said, the game is so detailed that polishing is such a complex task. It's about the number of things we have to take care of rather than some fundamental problem. So they're still going to have to put in a lot of extra hours, unnecessary hours, in order to get this game out the door. I know crunch is a big talking point in the games industry right now. Most AAA games, especially Western developed games, go through some sort of crunch time where the developers have to put in extra hours, work nights and weekends in order to make sure the game makes its release date. The mentality, at least amongst fans and journalists, was if they delayed a game, that alleviates the amount of extra nights and weekends they have to put in. And yet here we have the chief executive of CD Projekt Red saying that's not the case.
We got Black Rhythm in the chat saying, how can you delay a game and still have crunch? Delay it until after the new consoles then. So I thought the same thing. I was like, because somebody tweeted something like, game delays mean more crunch. And I was like, that doesn't make any friggin' sense. But then it was explained that like, there's already crunch before the release of the game. Then when you're that close to release, and you delay it another few months, you're just prolonging that crunch. It's not like the crunch goes away. They're still going to have to... Because you're in the final hours, and then you're like, we can't do this, we need to push it. You just push the final hours. Now the final hours are like 3 months long.
Yeah.
You know? Or however long, I don't even know. April to September. Yeah, so you're literally just taking the crunch and stretching it out instead of... you're just adding more hours, and they're all crunch hours. You know,
especially when release dates. They want to get the game out on release date because that's what they told their investors. That's when everybody expected to start making money. You delay that. You delay the opportunity for investors and the company as a whole to make money. That's why there's crunch to begin with, to make sure it gets out the door in time to hit all your sales quotas.
Delays are a really hard thing for developers and more so publishers, because the publishers are the ones who are doing all the advertising and stuff. There's already all of these plans in place, and now you got to move all of them. So it's a big problem for probably publishers the most.
Well, it's a big problem financially for the publishers. It's a big problem physically and mentally for the developers who have to put in the extra hours.
I think any creative field, you're going to have crunch just because people are so passionate about what they're making and they want it to be really good that in the final hours, you want to throw in those extra hours. You want it to be super polished because this is your work. This is what you're good at. This is your art. You want it to be good. And there's plenty of developers who willingly crunch. They want their stuff they want their artwork to be the best that it possibly can.
Yeah.
And there's plenty that do it unwillingly. Like there's a problem in the games industry where people are like kind of forced to, or at least peer pressured into doing the crunch. And like crunch becomes like this thing like, oh man, I stayed up for 4 days last week. Like it becomes like a cool thing amongst like their peers.
Yeah.
And they're like, look at Will over there. He's not, he didn't stay up for 4 days. He's got to work harder, you know?
Yeah, joke's on you. I was up till 1 a.m. finishing my video.
That's a problem.
Yeah, ask any YouTuber. That's crunch.
Well, no, I'm saying the problem is the peer pressure.
Yeah.
That's the bad crunch.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing if somebody wants to put in those extra hours and make sure that what they're working on is the best that it could be. Because, again, ask any YouTuber. They're staying up the whole night before that video is going live.
But
we've all been there.
Yeah, but that's important to remember. There's a difference between putting in, like, you know, nights and weekends, like, say, for a week versus doing that for 5 months on end.
How about your whole life, Will?
Yeah, and there's a big difference between doing that because you want to and you feel passionate and you believe in the product versus somebody telling you, well, if you don't, then maybe just don't come into work at all.
That's where the problem is.
Yeah.
The problem is the whole mentality that it's necessary.
Yeah.
And that the people who don't want to do it have to do it.
I forgot where I saw it, but somebody said like one developer will like make a game out of it. Or like if you didn't stay, you know, like if you stayed like for extra hours, you'd get like points towards like a gift or whatever.
I mean, even at my freaking job at like GameStop, I used to stay late to do stuff, you know, just because I wanted to do a good job, and I wasn't like if people found out that I did that, I would have gotten fired for working off hours, you know. Some people just like to work, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think there's a lot wrong with being pressured or forced into doing it when you don't want to do it. And that's where the problem with crunch is. I don't think crunch is necessarily the evil. I think it's the mentality that it's like I think the culture around it makes it evil.
Yeah.
And with that said, I'm still gonna stay up all night making my videos every goddamn week.
Yeah.
This week was rough. This week was real rough. So I was doing that stupid Pocket Go video that I unboxed here like 2 weeks ago. And I started really early, and I was like, I'm on track to actually sleep tonight. And it turns out I started doing the B-roll at like 4 a.m. And I had everything that I needed filmed. I was like, all I got to do is the B-roll. I started filming the B-roll, couldn't turn the thing on. I was like, what happened? Turns out it died. It wasn't charged.
Yeah.
So I plugged it into the Nintendo Switch charger that I used before for 10 minutes, and it still wouldn't turn on. Then I realized the Nintendo Switch charger never worked. It was just in my brain. So I didn't realize it right away. I plugged it into, it says in the manual it needs 2 to 3 hours to charge before it can even turn on. So I plugged it into the Switch charger, set an alarm for 2 hours, and went to sleep. When I woke up, I looked at it, still wouldn't turn on. Then I realized the Nintendo Switch charger never worked. It needed its own USB-C cable, the one that came in the box. I plugged that in, the light turned on. I was like, great. Now I need to wait another 2 to 3 hours. And that's why my video took forever to come out that day.
Yeah.
Because I was up all night trying to charge the thing.
When I had finished doing just a basic, timeline edit of my video before I add all the pictures and stuff in it, it was at like 9 o'clock, and I was feeling good. And I told my wife I might actually be in bed before midnight. Cut to later, Photoshop was crashing on me for some reason. And more importantly, the program I use to download clips off YouTube just decided to stop working.
What program is that? Is it 4K video downloader?
Oh, it's MacX.
Oh, okay.
So I had to update it, and then it just stopped working completely. So I tried like all these other programs till I found another version of MacX, which is a more advanced version that I have to pay for, which I haven't paid for yet. But it got me all the videos I needed last night, so I got to figure that out.
Interesting. I use 4K video downloader. It's okay.
Yeah.
There's no like perfect solution for downloading YouTube videos.
I liked MacX because you can like queue up a whole bunch of them. It downloads in the proper resolution and frame rate, no problems. It does audio as well.
Yeah,
But
you can do that in 4K video downloader.
yeah, let me find that. Maybe I'll.
It's every website you go to that has a downloader for it looks like a spam website, so you got to be careful. It's got a green logo.
Tech Radar. I'll just go there.
AJ says, I prolong my crunch by going to sleep at like 3 a.m. and finishing the video in the morning. Yeah, he has a later deadline, though. Our deadline's at 10 a.m., which is a pain in the ass. But the video did pretty good for an emulator video. My problem with emulator videos is that everybody just immediately comments, why don't you just use what I use, which is blah.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we are glorifying crunch, like we said, is the problem.
Yeah.
Are we done with Cyberpunk?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm willing to wait. I think it's going to be great when it comes out.
Yeah.
Hopefully not a lot of other things come out around then. Because a lot is coming out in March, and I'd imagine a lot was going to come out in April.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad to have it pushed a little bit. All of Half-Life is free on Steam.
Yeah. So, whatchamacallit? In anticipation for the release of Half-Life Alyx, their VR game coming out in April, Valve has decided to make all the mainline Half-Life games free to play on Steam for the next 2 months.
Damn.
So that means you can play the original Half-Life, Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2 Episode 1, Half-Life 2 Episode 2, and the Half-Life 1 expansions, Blue Shift and Opposing Forces, all for free for the next 2 months.
So
these are some of the best games ever made. And if you own a computer of any kind, you can now play them 100% for free.
Can you get it for Mac?
Yes, but these games were not optimized for Catalina.
Oh, okay.
So
like 32-bit?
Yeah, I guess they're 32-bit.
Interesting.
So if you upgraded your Mac to Catalina, I'm sorry.
I can attest that they are some of the best games ever created.
Yes.
Half-Life 2 is old now.
It's very old.
But it plays like a modern first-person shooter.
Yeah.
It held up very well. Half-Life 1 is still also really good, but it kind of plays like a late 90s, early 2000s game.
Yeah.
Half-Life 2 plays like a modern first-person shooter.
Yeah, Half-Life 2 was well ahead of its time in terms of just everything it does.
And it looks amazing, too.
Yeah.
Still, even though it came out... When the hell did it come out?
2004.
No.
Yeah.
Holy crap, it came out in 2004. Half-Life 1 came out in 98, I believe, so it was only a 6-year. Half-Life 1, I say this every time I talk about it, first game to have WASD as default.
Yes.
As the default control scheme. So also ahead of its time. So yeah, if you've never played Half-Life 2, play it for free. It's free. Yeah. It's awesome.
Play Half-Life 1. And the expansions, which were actually developed by Gearbox, Blue Shift and Opposing Forces, are also pretty good.
Mm-hmm. The episode 1 and 2 are also very good. It's just it's just an extension of the great Half-Life 2.
Yeah, and episode 2, mild spoiler, the end of it is pretty much just an open world. Mm-hmm. Like you have this big open space to do battle with the tripod walkers in, and it's really cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. Yeah. It's like this big battle, like war thing. Yeah. Somebody in the chat said Half-Life 1 or 2, which one is better? 2 is definitely better. I mean, they're both really, really good, but 2 is just technically better.
Yeah.
But if you don't mind playing a game that feels like a late 90s, early 2000s game, then go ahead and play the first one. It's really good.
I have to double check, but I'm pretty sure the version of Half-Life 1 that's available for free is Half-Life Source, which is Valve's remake of Half-Life 1 in the Source engine, the Half-Life 2 engine.
Oh, Half-Life 1 Source.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
That is of course not to be confused with Black Mesa, the fan game that is a complete redo of Half-Life 1 in the Source engine.
I think it's still not done.
It's not.
That's crazy. Half-Life 2 is also the first Steam game.
Yes.
I remember we got 5 discs.
Yep.
And it required Steam in order to even use it off the disc.
Yeah.
So anyway, play that. It's great.
Yeah.
Polymega. Remember Polymega?
Yes.
Polymega we checked out at PAX last year. No, E3 last year.
Yes.
So it's in our E3 video from last year. You should check that out. It is great. It is a great video. I will toot my own horn. But Polymega, we checked it out there. We liked it a lot.
Yes.
There was all these like weird things behind the scenes and like these weird stories about Polymega. It's an emulation console that has these little modules that slot in and out, and you could plug it for different cartridges for different systems. So it has like an SNES module that you put in, then you could plug SNES games into it. It has a Genesis module that you slot in that you could plug Genesis games into. It's expensive, especially if you get all the modules.
Also, the main base console has a disk drive, and it can emulate a bunch of disk-based systems like the PS1, Neo Geo CD, TurboGrafx CD, and the big selling point is Sega Saturn games, which is one of the hardest systems to emulate. They've allegedly found a way to do it.
Oh, and that was part of the controversy, was that when they first announced that they could play Sega CD, you said?
Sega Saturn.
Play Sega Saturn games. It turned out that all the footage that they used in their sizzle reel was from a computer emulator.
It was the arcade version.
Oh, it was the arcade version of some of the games. So turned out they were like faking it at first. Yeah. But apparently they figured it out. So when you plug in the modules, is it hardware emulation?
Software emulation.
Oh, it's always software.
Yeah, I think the initial plan was it was going to be both FPGA based and software based, like a sort of like a combination of two. And like they weren't very clear on that, but eventually they finally just said it's just easier for them to make everything software based for what they wanted to do with the system.
And if you plug in a game, it could save it to its internal storage, and you won't need the module anymore in order to play it.
Correct.
So that's pretty cool. But again, this isn't like an analog. This thing is gonna be just software. It's like an expensive software emulator, but it's pretty cool. It played games pretty well, from what we played anyway, and had a lot of cool settings for visuals and stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you wanted to check it out, now there's a beta test. They've announced a beta test. All-in-one retro console Polymega, according to Nintendo Life, is due to launch this year, and the company behind it has just announced a beta test program which will give a lucky number of applications early access to the hardware. They meant applicants. If you've already placed your pre-order and you apply via the website before 5 p.m. Pacific time on January 31st, you could be selected to receive a beta sample unit in order to assist with the testing of the system prior to its final release. This testing will involve using games, accessories, and AV equipment, blah, 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 and you will have to file an NDA. So if you're interested in modern retro gaming hardware, and you want to help with the beta test, you want to get your hands on the Polymega first, go nuts. I would love to, but I would love a review unit.
Yeah.
I can't sign an NDA. I want to be able to talk about it as soon as possible. So if you want to assist in the development, give them your feedback. That sounds like a great idea. But I think you have to pay for it first, it seems like. It looks like you pre-order it and then you can sign up for the beta test. If you already placed a pre-order, you can apply via the website. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. So if you're interested in the Polymega and you want to get it early and maybe beta test, there you go. But then you might get a subpar version, you know?
Yeah.
You might get the beta version. Okay. Any more thoughts on Polymega?
No.
Mr. Peanut died.
Oh, no!
He's dead now, Mr. Peanut. Now the Mr. Peanut Twitter account says the estate of Mr. Peanut. We're devastated to confirm that Mr. Peanut is gone. He died doing what he does best, having people's backs when they need him the most. And they play a video of Mr. Peanut driving the Peanut Mobile, and then it frickin' like crashes off the road. They're all hanging on a tree branch, and it's gonna break. One of them has to go. Mr. Peanut gave his life to save his two friends. It's very tragic.
I don't believe it. This is a conspiracy. Mr. Peanut didn't kill himself.
The cameras were there, Will. We saw it. So that's a whole thing on the Twitter account. Is like all these people were like, and other brands like Budweiser pouring one out for you, Mr. Peanut.
Yeah,
like everybody's in on it. There's a memorial in
down further. Twitch just the Twitch Twitter just sent an F.
Oh yeah, F
to pay respects.
Yeah, there's a memorial in Columbus.
Yeah,
it's a whole thing. Listen, he was old.
Yeah, he had to go sometime, and what better time than close to Super Bowl Sunday, where I'm sure there'll be an ad for it.
Oh, that's true. We'll probably find out more, or maybe they'll just play that. Anyway, that's it. That's all we got.
Yeah.
Unboxing first?
Yes.
Okay. We got a lot of stuff to unbox.
Okay.
I also have to pee really bad, but I'll hold it until after we unbox.
Okay.
Where's my unboxing cam? Here we go. Wow, look at this. I cleaned my mouse pad also. I did a bad job apparently. It looks good in real life, but not on the camera. I also got these two amiibo today.
I got Dark Samus and
Richter. Yeah, Dark Samus looks freaking amazing. The like purpley glow is like really nice.
That is fancy.
They were just at Target. There was like 1 million of them, so I got it. All right. Well, I opened first. I have no idea what this is. It's an Amazon package.
Okay.
I should be scared. Is this a book? Oh no, is this a For Dummies book? Oh no, it's not. Oh, what is Super Gods by Grant Morrison?
Oh!
Somebody send you this?
I might be. I remember talking to a fan about Super Gods by Grant Morrison.
Let's see if there's a note. Send a thank you note. You can learn more about this gift or start a return here too. Oh, there's a bunch of notes in here. Nope. Oh, here we go. A gift for you. Hi, Wulff Brothers. Love your channel, guys. The book is for Will to read. Hopefully enjoy and maybe review. Hoping y'all will get some time to enjoy this. Thanks a lot for your content. Keep on keeping on. Anchor, Ozymandias.
Oh.
Thank you, Ozymandias.
Thank you.
Will, explain this book to me.
So Super Gods is basically Grant Morrison's big book about superheroes, when they were created, how they were created, why they were created, going into like the mentality of why we as a society are into the idea of superheroes to begin with. It's Grant Morrison, so it's kind of bizarre, really out there, but also surprisingly smart and informative. So I am looking forward to checking that out and seeing what he has to say on the matter.
Cool. So what I have here might just look like a Pro controller. And this might just look like a GameCube controller wrapped in a lot of bubble wrap. But these controllers were very expensive. These are what you would call multi-shine controllers. Oh, this comes with a lot of pieces. Will, do you know what a multi-shine controller is?
No idea.
Ooh, hell yeah! All right. This is just a freaking GameCube controller. But it's made by Multishine. Multishine is like one guy, or maybe now it's a group of guys.
Wait a minute. The everything's colored wrong.
Everything's colored wrong?
The C stick isn't yellow. The A button isn't green.
Yes. Those are all here.
Oh, wow.
If I wanted them. So Multishine is, I think, one guy. It might now be a bunch of guys, but at least it was started by one guy.
Yeah.
It's they custom mod GameCube controllers, or I guess Pro controllers, for the Smash Brothers professionals. Like all the Smash Brothers professionals use custom multi-shine controllers. So this GameCube controller has notches that are
I can see that. Yeah,
that are filed into it, so you know exactly what direction you're pointing. Same thing with the C stick.
Yeah.
There's also other things that they did to the buttons. I think the shoulder buttons are like lower. It feels very fast.
Are they still springy?
Yeah, they're still a little springy. You know what?
Okay. I like how all the buttons on the GameCube controller are now white except the Z button.
Yeah, well, that's, that's iconic.
Well, so is the green
Nah.
A and the yellow.
Actually, they feel pretty similar. So the GameCube controller already has notches in it, but these notches
I was
are
feeling left out, so I busted out mine.
Oh, good. So these notches, there's more notches.
Yeah.
Depending on where you want to go with it. These feel like a little more resistance in the shoulder buttons. That might just be a placebo though.
Yeah.
I think the buttons are a little shorter too. I don't know. I got to read the whole spec list. But I am very excited to try this out, and there will definitely be a video on it. But I also have a Pro Controller here that I guess I should open.
They sent you a Pro Controller too?
Yes. This is going to be AJ's. So AJ, I'm opening your Pro Controller. You have no choice because
it's for science.
It's for the channel. So this is why we got them. It's just the Pro Controller box. So the dude just bought a Pro Controller and modded it.
Well, yeah, I didn't think he went out and made his own Pro Controller.
Yeah.
That'd be nuts, though.
Is this the cable it comes with? Yeah. This is just the cable it comes with. And here is the Pro Controller. Ooh, I haven't seen a new Pro Controller in a while. Oh, the notches are cool.
Wait, what do you mean you haven't seen a new Pro Controller in a while?
Like a brand new out-of-the-box Pro Controller. My Pro Controller is like disgusting looking. Look at those notches.
Yeah.
That is something. There's a lot of little things that they do. The notches are the big thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other little things that they do, but the notches are the big custom thing. They also do braided cables. Mine does not have a braided cable, which is interesting.
Those are nice to have.
Yeah, they usually have like a longer braided cable.
Yeah.
Like you'll see a lot of Smash Pros when they're done and they're wrapping up, they will have like a giant braided cable.
Yeah.
That's probably expensive to do. But so I'll have a video on these controllers. Probably after Byleth comes out, because that just makes sense. But yeah, I'm excited to try these out. It's gonna be cool. Now I got crap everywhere. Anyway, I said they were expensive. They were provided by Multi-Shine.
Right.
Obligated to say that. I'm all tangled up now. I've made a horrible mistake. Yeah. This is why wireless headphones are. This is why people like wireless. Well.
Yeah. Pretty soon you'll get on that train.
All right, the last thing I think is a piece of chocolate. It says Ultram Honors? I don't know what that is. Did we win an award?
I don't know.
That would be sick. It's this big box and it has a lot of like what do you call this paper? Oh, it's an award. What?
The hell did we win?
Oh, I know what this is. We didn't win anything.
Oh.
I don't know if I should talk about this, but I will anyway. At PAX, we can give out this award for Best of Show.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I didn't sign any NDA, so I guess I could say it.
Huh.
Yeah, so you mean I have to bring this to PAX and be like, here you go? That's weird. Okay. All right. So that's what it... They just sent out an email and was like, would you give out a Best of Show award? And I was like, sure. And they said, would you pay for it? And I said, no. And then they're like, okay, here it is anyway. So that's that. We should have made a Wulff Den one.
Yeah.
Because, what's the difference?
You know how like E3 people just slap best of stickers on like the side of the booths?
Yeah, we should start doing that.
Yeah, that's what we got to do.
So there you go. I thought that was a giant piece of chocolate.
Well, kind of wish it was a giant piece of chocolate now.
I still have the chocolate from the Godiva that we got that I don't know who gave us. Again, we were supposed to get chocolate from Screenwave, our management, and they never sent us chocolate unless it was that Godiva. Anyway, that's it for the unboxing. I think. Yes, that's it. Now, tweet of the week.
Tweet of the week! Tweet of the week! Tweet of the week!
I forgot it already. Oh, it's this video. I hope we don't get C&D'd for this, but I'm going to play it anyway. This is by Monica Franco, who says, "Am I having an effing stroke?" And it's a video of Scooby-Doo, but like the new Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
So, they're at like a cheese place. And some guy, like the waiter, brings the cheese over to the table and cuts it up. But he cuts it up with his foot. And
do they not just bring that up again?
And then they never talk about it again. He just takes his shoe off, grabs the knife with his foot like a monkey, cuts it up, and then that's it. And they don't think it's weird, or I mean, it is Scooby-Doo, so they deal with a lot of crap. So
yeah, but if they deal with a lot of people in monster costumes, that's still out of the ordinary.
They're like, I've seen this all. I've seen crazier stuff.
Maybe they're just so high out of their mind that like they don't care, man. As long as they get their cheese.
Scooby and Shaggy, totally normal for them to ignore something like that. Yeah. The rest of them should have been like, what the hell was that?
Well, Velma is clearly in her notes. Fred, if you look closely, Fred looks like he's like, what did I just see? But like, he
looks concerned that he's cutting it with his feet.
Fred just has a look like, what?
Oh, and then he looks at him. He follows him, and then he looks at the rest of him. Yeah. Like, why were you not weirded out by that?
Yeah. Look at Fred's face. He's like, what?
Yeah, and then that's it.
So bizarre.
Anyway, now is when we talk to you people.
Yes. As always, of course, you can reach out to us on Twitter using the hashtag Wulff Den Live. If you'll have to comment on last week's Wulff Den Live, then this is the part of the show where we will finally answer you. And of course, ladies and gentlemen watching us at home, please start leaving your questions and comments because we will get to them when we are done with everybody else.
All right, I just opened Discord and I ruined everything on the stream. I'm going to read the first one, which is the hashtag that we always do first. Mm-hmm. I'm going to read the first one, and then I'm going to run to the bathroom. Okay. Q73 Power says, I got a yellow Switch Lite this week. It's even better than I thought it would be. It's a lot more comfortable than the OG in handheld, and the screen is a lot easier to see in the sun. Thanks for your case video. I'll get the PowerA one that like you recommended. Yes. Congratulations on your new Switch Lite.
Yes.
The screen is like marginally better. I don't know what it's like in the sun. I haven't taken both out in the sunlight to like see the difference. I honestly don't play the Switch out in the. I don't get out in the sun, period. So I can't relate. Also, somebody in the chat before mentioned the Switch flip cover for the Switch Lite. I have it, and I forgot to unbox it on Wulff Den Live. I guess I should have.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Should I do it now?
Might as well. Oh, well, you got to pee first.
Let me pee. You read the next one.
Okay. If I just lost it. Hold on. Josh, just a hair. What comics or manga are you two looking forward to this year or want to catch up on? Also, what are you enjoying now? I mean, I want to catch up on everything because I am behind on everything. I'm still enjoying Peter Tomasi's Detective Comics run. It is very good. Dan Slott's Fantastic Four is also pretty good. I have added the new Star Wars ongoing by Charles Soule to my pull list because I really like the first issue and I like the time period that it's in. And Young Justice by Brian Michael Bendis. That's been really good so far. As far as I'm looking forward to, I'm gonna try and check out James Tynions' current run on Batman, and I got to go back and finish Tom King's run because I like that run. Screw you all. And Jeff Johns and Jason Fabek are allegedly coming out with 3 Jokers this year. I'll believe it when I see it, but that I've been looking forward to for a very long time. I'm trying to think of what else. I know there's a lot coming out this year. I just don't remember any of it. I know X-Men's going through a big relaunch, but I fell off of that a while ago. Yeah. Oh, I bought Wonder Woman 750 today. I will get to that tomorrow and let you know what I think of it. And I want to get that physically because I've enjoyed getting those anniversary issues physically because I put them in my spinner rack and they look nice. There's a new Hawkeye series coming out. Oh, Transformers Terminator crossover. That'll be good. Yeah, Transformers versus Terminator. What more do you need to know? Yeah. So those are my recommendations. We'll move on because I know you're all bored. Little Link. I believe Byleth was added to Smash for advertisements for Fire Emblem Three Houses game. People state that if they swap Banjo and Byleth, that would have been better. But in my opinion, getting 2 sword fighters in the same day would be a huge controversy itself. 2 sword fighters in the same day. Was Banjo announced with the sword fighter?
I'm back. What happened?
I just read Little Link's comment, tweet, whatever the hell it is.
I believe Byleth was added to Smash for advertisements for the Final Fantasy for the Fire Emblem 3 game. People state that if they swapped Banjo and Byleth, then it would be better. My opinion, getting 2 sword fighters in the same day would be a huge controversy. Why 2 sword fighters?
Who was is Joker? What is it? Piranha Plant? Is Joker a sword fighter?
He's got a knife.
Does that count?
I would not classify him as a sword fighter.
Yeah,
because sword fighters, people don't like sword fighters because they have a lot of reach.
Yeah,
Byleth has the most reach out of any sword fighter because he's also got a staff.
Right.
Did we get Joker the day Banjo was announced?
Is that
what happened?
I think so.
I don't remember. Let me look up the freaking fighters. Don't forget the first Smash Brothers character. The first Smash Brothers DLC that we ever got was Piranha Plant.
Yeah.
It was Hero. Hero and Banjo
right.
same day.
Forgetting about Hero.
Hero is definitely a sword fighter.
Yeah.
So switch Byleth and Terry, dude.
Yeah.
People were all right with Terry, you know?
Yeah, I think once people who didn't know who Terry was, they started warming up to him.
Yeah. Or switch Terry and Banjo instead. All right, here's what you do. You figured it all out. You do Joker first.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect launch. Then you do Hero.
Yes.
Then you switch. Then you put Terry in the middle, Byleth fourth, and Banjo last. That would have been fun.
Yeah.
People still would have been mad about Byleth, but they would have been redeemed at Banjo. Or put Byleth in the middle. You know, just put Banjo at the end. That's all that really matters. Anyway, you read the next one while I unbox this thing.
Okay. Zachary Thompson. I use the Insignia dock from Best Buy, and it has yet to brick my Switch. It is my second dock I use when at the PC.
Yeah, but you never know, man. The problem is that the original Switch dock can already brick your Switch. That's the problem.
But if that's... I feel like if that's already been confirmed as the best third-party dock after it's been how many years now? I feel like it's safe to say get the Insignia dock.
Also Best Buy should be able to warranty it. If you buy the Switch at Best Buy and the Insignia dock at Best Buy and the Insignia dock bricks it, then you should be entitled to a warranty replacement.
Yeah. Now, that said, I'm not going to go out and buy it, but if you want to go ahead.
Yeah, there's no Why would I get? Oh, it's a
Yeah.
lot cheaper.
It
A lot
is.
cheaper. Maybe
I
that's
did finally buy another AC adapter for my Switch.
Mhm.
So excited to finally have 2.
This is very light. I don't know why I expected it to be heavier. Again, I am unboxing the Switch Lite flip case, which everybody was telling me I need to get. This
Now
was
you got it.
this was not sent to us. This was paid for by myself. Oh, does it come with a screen protector? What is this?
Well, I would imagine that looks like it could be a screen protector.
It's not. It's a weird size.
Huh.
And it's got a split down the middle. The hell is this thing?
That split might be to put it on the screen.
And a screen cover. Peel the film off. Oh, that's the split is just the film. And there's like it's a weird aspect ratio because you're right. The top and bottom you hold, and then when you put it on, you rip them off.
Yeah.
I do not use screen protectors. I am a rebel, and I don't care how much my screen gets scratched.
Yeah.
This is very. Oh, the inside's felt. That is freaking cool. It feels very nice, and the outside is like a hard like weave.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could see, but you could hear that though.
Oh yeah.
It's like a hard fabric, but I mean the whole thing is like a really hard plastic, and the inside is a soft felt. This reminds me of like a piece of stationery. It's very, very nice. And I'm gonna put the Switch in here. It is in, and then there you go. So, ooh, look at that. It is seamless all the way around. The shoulders buttons stick out, which is weird, but I guess it has to.
Yeah.
Now my main concern about this thing is when you flip it up and over. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I'm holding it like. Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird feeling. Also, I'm concerned about like just throwing this in my bag like this with the shoulder button sticking out like that.
Yeah.
I'd still much rather. Can I do both though? Can I do this inside of this? And yes, I can. There you go. I'm double cased now. But this does look cool. It's just that the shoulder button sticking out is a little weird. And then this, and then I'm playing like this, and then it's flapping around, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Oh well. You know what?
What if you like fold it back and like you use your pinky and ring finger to hold it?
Yeah, like this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels weird.
Okay.
It feels like I'm holding it down. I'm gonna keep it in this.
Yeah.
And play with it for a while, and see how I feel. Honestly, I haven't played the Switch Lite in a really long time because I usually just play it docked anyway.
Yeah.
And when I'm out and about I see a lot of people playing games and stuff on the train.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not on it for long enough, I feel like. I'm jumping between trains too much, you know?
Right.
I'm always just doing stuff on my phone real quick. All right, where are we? Zachary Thompson.
Read that, the Insignia doc.
Oh, yeah. Kyle Luang. Bob Byleth move doesn't beat out Falcon Punch. It armor through it. Yes. That's what I mean when I say it beats out. It's armor. If you Falcon Punch Byleth while he's doing his move, he's still gonna finish his move. He gets hurt, but he doesn't get launched, and he finishes his move. It's kind of like Warlock Punch. Warlock Punch has super armor, but some moves will knock Warlock Punch out.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Brandon FRFX says, I had to rush this tweet. Fred, again, this is the whole tweet, and I don't know why. I also don't know why Fred included that.
Yeah.
All right, last week's Wulff Den Live.
Okay.
Super I like potatoes. This was definitely my favorite Wulff Den Live episode since the format changed. Keep up the fun work, boyos. What did we do differently last week?
Nothing. I guess we were using Discord.
Oh, that's what it was. I think now that we have this format, I can show more stuff on screen. And
yeah,
we talked about a lot of different games, and I had a lot of information up on screen. it's easier for us to navigate some of the news that way.
I think we've like worked out most, if not all, of the kinks too. So
yeah, well, the only kink we have, I need a way to stream Will's video in 1080p 60, and I can't find any chat apps that do that.
Yeah,
I think Skype might be able to, but I really, really don't want to use Skype. I also had a weird thought about using FaceTime, but FaceTime is also 720p. Devilish Mustard Buster from last week's Wulff Den Live says, mainly an audio listener watching the video this time around. I enjoy the new format. Also, would be cool if you guys gave each other and the viewers something small, not too time consuming to do, like a recommendation at the end of the podcast to be done in the week between the podcast. Maybe something about games, comics, movies, etc., like a hard level, etc. The next week you can talk about how that went. Ideas are a dime a dozen, though. Keep up the great work. So that's kind of like a book club type situation.
Yeah, and dude, homework sucks. I don't want to give you guys homework.
I guess if we talk about something, we can consider making it a challenge for viewers.
Yeah.
Like maybe if we talk about a game that we played, that hey, here's your homework. Download Half-Life 2 for free and play a little bit of it and tell me what you thought of it.
Yeah.
Here's your homework for next week.
Again, it's available. I mean, if you have a PC, it can probably run it. It works on Macs before that OS before Catalina. It even runs on Linux.
The homework can be stuff like if we talk about a retro game that we think people should play or something like that, you know. Anyway, where am I? Trevor Grover says, I bet some holdouts were mad that the wasn't a third edition of the new Pokemon games. Holding out for a definitive edition at $60 is cheaper than a base game plus DLC at $90. But I think the games are different enough, like the third game.
Yeah, the third games were never definitive editions.
Yeah.
They were always just like a mix of the other two, plus like one extra thing.
So like maybe some of them were kind of like a definitive edition, but my perception was always that they were just different. It was like the same type of game, but a little different.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if anybody's really holding out for the ultra version or the no. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, GG. Oh, this is the guy from the beginning of the show who was talking crap about how we're sellouts. No,
yeah.
how we panhandle. Says the same video 3 times a week for the past 2 months by every quote Nintendo Switch channel. And then a confused face, a thumbs down,
and rolling my eye face,
and then a throw up emoji.
Yeah.
Fred note. This guy's a dick and just wanted to call him out for on the podcast proper. Really don't give an F about what he has to complain about this time. Yeah, no, we called him out in the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah.
3 times a week for the past 2 months by every Nintendo Switch channel. I also was it the same guy? Am I giving this guy too much attention? Somebody commented on my last video and said, unoriginal content. You'd keep copying all these other YouTubers. Make something original for once. And I said, listen, these companies send all of us the same stuff.
Yeah.
Just find the guy that you like. There's a lot of us that cover the same stuff. Just find the one that you like and stick with that person. If it's freaking me, that's fine. If it's RGT, that's fine. If it's Wood, that's fine. But stay in your lane. This is the Wild West here on YouTube. There's going to be a lot of people covering the same stuff. Just how it is. Yeah, a lot of people are like when the title of the stream is one thing, and then people are like mad when we're not talking about that one thing, but it's a 2-hour long podcast. I don't know what they expect. We're just gonna keep doing what we do anyway. Now we're in the regular chat. Hello, everybody.
But first, we got, as Streamlabs, of course, decides to refresh now, as I was looking at it, Review Tech USA with $10. Some good looking men here.
Yo, what up, Review Tech? Watch Review Tech. There you go.
Yeah.
If you're sick of this channel,
yeah,
and want to see people cover the same kind of stuff, go watch Review Tech USA. Thank you for $10, man. I appreciate it.
He also does cell phones. I'm looking at his channel right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
You've watched him before, right?
Yeah. No, I just haven't
Everybody knows
keeping
Review
up
Tech.
with him, so I want to see what he posted recently.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I love that.
And I saw he was doing cell phone stuff, so that's why I said it.
I did not know he did cell phone stuff. Did he do the Pocket Go?
I'm not seeing it.
Bruce Patrick in the chat says, "Are the collections on the Vita any good? Just got one, and I'm trying to build up my collection." What collections are we talking about?
Yeah, collections of what?
The Vita is a great indie machine. The only problem is now we have the Switch, which is the replacement of the Vita. So, yeah, I don't like. I've gotten this question before. People are like, "I just got a Vita. What should I get?" And it's like, I don't know, man. There's not
Tearaway,
much. But that's also on PS4.
Right.
That's all you got, man. That's
basically.
it. Oh, guy number 20 is in the chat. He's another longtime troll.
Yeah.
Comes in and out. He says,
but we like him.
I don't know why, though. He was like the first troll. I think that's why he's made it through.
Yeah.
I'm the only troll here. I'm about to throw hands with this dude. Review Tech says, people kept on going back and forth between our streams. Oh, really?
Oh.
We just have to fight in real life then.
Yeah.
No, please.
You'll
please
probably murder us.
Please don't fight me. JT Mitchell says, "This is the only game channel I watch, so do whatever." Okay.
All right.
This is a free market.
Yeah.
You watch whoever you got to watch, man.
That dude says Wulff Den is CNN, RGT 85 is Fox News, and Review Tech is MSNBC.
What the hell does that even mean?
I
don't know if I like our standing there.
He also spelt our name wrong, so.
Oh, okay.
I mean, clearly we're MTV News. I mean,
all right, yes,
clearly
the cool kids or the try hard cool kids.
Exactly. MTV News circa mid to late 90s. Where Kurt Loder still hasn't lost the will to live.
Rockin' Val says, "What is the something that you're looking forward to at any conventions that you're attending this year? Hope you are well." She's trying to come to all the conventions we're going to.
Yeah.
I can't pinpoint a something. I'm excited for PAX because it's coming up and I love PAX and it's always great. I don't have any appointments or anything to do at PAX, to be honest, as of right now. That's not true. I got an email from the guys who make fogs because they saw that I was interested in fogs and they're going to be there.
Nice.
So I'm going to be playing fogs, and that's the only thing that I have planned. I actually didn't even email them back, but Review Texas, I thought they were going to say I was TMZ. One of us has to be.
Yeah. Probably us.
And I could see that. No, I could see that with Review Tech. I could see TMZ. RGT is not Fox News. He's something else.
Yeah.
Maybe the Blaze. Xanar Can says, "Are you guys excited for the Sonic movie?" I actually kind of am. The marketing's ramping up.
Yeah. It's amazing what a redesign and a complete trailer style change will do.
James Pond, nice name, in the chat says, "Spawn Wave steals news and resells it." What do you think we do on this show?
Yeah.
Well, on this specific stream, we're literally reading articles.
What do you think most YouTubers and podcasts do?
Yeah. Fred says, "Yo, Bob, you and AJ gonna sneak me into PAX? You should come. You're in the area, aren't you?"
Yeah.
Joe Aerts says, "What's your most anticipated game releasing this spring?"
Resident Evil 3.
Fogs. No, I don't know.
I think Resident Evil 3 is the only game releasing in spring now.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 7 I'm a little excited for.
Yeah.
Half-Life
Alyx if I had a VR system.
Animal Crossing.
Oh, that's right.
I'm excited to try it. I don't know how much I'm going to like it, but I'm excited to try Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm excited to play it with other people because you could have like 1 million people on your island. So I think the streams of Animal Crossing are going to be really fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that dude says, see the analog pocket at PAX East. Is that going to be there? Because I will 110% go see that.
Yeah.
All right. We got to get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for chatting with us. As always, Wulff Den Live is every single Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern right here on youtube.com/WulffDen. If you can't make the show for any reason at all, we always put it up as an archive version on Thursday for you to watch on demand whenever you want. If you prefer to listen to us rather than watch us, you can do that as well. We're also an audio podcast on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, Google Play, and Stitcher. And if you listen to us on any of those platforms, please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review us because that helps us with placement on those respective stores. Also, if you want to watch just a little bit of Wulff Den Live, or maybe you want to send certain sections of the show to your buddies, then head on over to Wulff Den Clips, where our good friend Eric Henley takes this week's episode and cuts it down into bite-sized chunks for your viewing pleasure.
Also, if you just want to see the main topic and nothing else, maybe you think this show is clickbait.
Yeah.
Go to Wulff Den Clips, only subscribe to Wulff Den Clips, and then we'll only talk about whatever the title of the show is.
Yes.
So there you go. Also go to twitch.tv/WulffDen and click the little notification bell because that's the best way to know when I'm going to go live. But I'll be live tomorrow, Thursday. Probably Mario Maker because I didn't stream yesterday. I was at the New York Game Awards. I didn't talk about that at all.
No, you didn't. I see you to tell me.
Blockhead Gaming hit me up and was like, hey, you want to... E from Blockhead was like, yo, you want to go to this thing? And I was like, hell yeah, man. It was cool. Basically, every presenter was The Daily Show with Trevor Noah's this person. But it was fun. The winner was The Outer Worlds. They won Game of the Year.
Outer Worlds or Outer Wilds?
Outer Worlds.
Okay.
And they gave the whole big thing was they were giving Reggie like a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah.
Which was cool. So Reggie was there. And if you paid a little extra, you can get a selfie with him. I did not get that package.
Had you known,
I probably still wouldn't have.
Yeah, probably super expensive.
Yeah, it was a good time. Anyway, go to Twitch. Thank you guys for hanging out. We'll see y'all later. Goodbye. Oh, and watch Will's video.
Yes.
Yeah,
do that.
Watch Will's Batman video.
I spend a lot of time on it, and I don't remember what sleep is.
Goodbye.
Bye.